And Will Hoare made a bit of a jump and he hit the gate. But on that number 80 machine, where does he come through on that start into towards turn 1? It looks like Hoare's been able to still manage to maintain that top 3 spot. So at least Hoare's able to have a decent enough start. But we saw that he was creeping across into the gate off the line. You can see as they come down through that low line, all the riders just trying to pick their spots. David Cyprian's fallen quite far down the order. Looks like he's down into about 8th position at the moment. Out in front though, Tim Apol, the home hero, he's doing it again. On that number 96 machine, Apol out in front from Will Hoare through the sand section. That's Dominic Alzawi on the 501, and you can see David Cyprian on the 62 trying to take that outside line, just making sure he's got a clear lane in front of him to try and make some progress. But no progress there for Cyprian, and he's caused a traffic jam once again. It's so easy to do this through the rock section. Out in front though, Apol's under pressure now from Will Hoare. Hoare, last time around in sector 2 in the second half lap, he pulled in a second on Apol. He's going to just try and make his move as early as possible, probably off the matrix section. He'll try and do it down in towards the right-hander. Does make that block pass. Good move there from Will Hoare. The number 80 out in front once again. He's picked up 4 wins already this year. We know what he can do when he's hitting the front. We know that he's able to maintain his composure, stay out in front, avoid making mistakes. That's exactly what he's going to have to do now, because Tim Apol, he's out to try and make sure that he's in a position to claim the overall victory here in Riesa. For the junior class, it's just your combined results from all 3 finals that determine the overall winner. As it stands, Will Hoare and Tim Apol both with a win apiece. Of course, Apol a couple of points in front coming into this final photo of the night, but with 3 points between the win and second, 20-17. Will Hoare is on course to take that overall victory as it stands right now. Hoare with around about a 2.5 second lead over Tim Apol on that 96 machine. Regardless of what happens for Apol, this really has been an impressive performance, but it's Will Hoare that's come stuck in the sand. Easy to get yourself caught out in that sand section, very deep sand. And with more and more water being taken from that water pit, it really has made that sand even more treacherous. But Hoare able to somehow manage to get himself going again to maintain his lead in 3 seconds between himself and the 96 machine. You can see the red plate for Will Hoare, that's designating him as the championship leader. Bit of lap traffic between himself now and second for Tim Apol. Looks like it's Walker getting out of the way. Apol not quite able to make that move. He'll probably try and get down the inside into the right-hander at the end of this straight. You can see though with Will Hoare a quick look over his shoulder just to see where his pursuers are. And this man is the man in pursuit. The German crowd will be on their feet for Tim Apol, cheering him on. They've also got Leon Henschel in 3rd spot on the number 61 machine. You can see there with Apol just doing everything he can to try and force his way through, but it's Henschel that's forcing his way through into second. The 2 Germans coming close to each other as they come across the jump and down in towards the pivot turn. Apol just doing everything he can to try and hold that inside line. Comes back across on Henschel as they come through the rhythm section. Double for all these leading riders. And now into that inside line for Tim Apol, able to still hold on to that lead from Henschel in 2nd spot. This is the battle for second. Henschel on that number 61 machine, of course, finished second in final 2, half a second adrift of Tim Apol. But you can see there Will Hoare getting caught out by one of the riders in front of him, and you can see with Hoare just doing what he can to try and get that bike moving again. It looked like it was Grinfalls that caused him that delay. That's Dominic Alzawi trying to get himself through. Let's see what Hoare is able to do. Looks like Henschel's been able to get through on Hoare. No real fault for Hoare there as he caught traffic at the wrong point, but he now has his work cut out. And as you can see there with David Cyprian just trying to get himself through and unlap himself. Cyprian, of course, down in 10th spot, not able to maintain that momentum from Poland. Will Hoare, though, he's dropped himself down with that mistake, but still actually out just in front now of Henschel on that 61 machine. You can see Henschel and Apol now both with Will Hoare. Hoare on the 80 is your race leader, the 3rd rider in this group. Now just getting himself down into second is Leon Henschel on the 61. He's 2nd position right now, just in front of Tim Apol. So as we start the final, just come close towards the final minute of this moto, it's Will Hoare out in front of Henschel and Tim Apol. Hoare on the number 80 with a 2-second advantage over the 61 of Henschel. The 96 of Tim Apol is in 3rd. He's 2 seconds behind his compatriot in 3rd spot there. You can see from Will Hoare, he's just doing what he can just to keep his rhythm, hit his markers, make sure that he's able to maintain his momentum through these sections. And that's all that Hoare has to do. He's won 4 races out of 5 so far this season, just going through the water jump this time. We haven't seen Hoare do that too much, but trying to take that inside line, you can see how slippery it is, how difficult it is for the riders over that section. It's so easy to make a mistake, and Tim Apol goes from 3rd into the lead potentially, and Leon Henchel's down on the number 61 machine. Henschel crashing out here, trying to get himself back upright, get himself back in the race, because there's still good points to be earned here for Henschel. In 3rd position as it stands right now. He's just in front of Diego Herrera. You can see Will Hoare. He's been overtaken by Tim Apol. Apol out in front now on the penultimate lap of the race. Apol on that 96 machine, of course, trying to pick up his first ever overall victory in the junior class in the SuperEnduro World Championship. You can see here with the 96 on the penultimate lap, he's got a lead over Will Hoare. Round about 4 seconds. Hoare just rounded the top of that straight, coming through the sand section. We saw Hoare run through the water, take the tight line. The tight line's much more technical. It's faster, but it's more technical. And that caught him out last time around. That's what allowed this man, Tim Apol, to get himself out to the front. Apol, of course, on that 96 machine, able to get himself through on the KTM, the reigning European champion. He's only 22 years of age, in front of a home crowd here in Germany. He's got the German fans screaming for him here, on their feet, knowing it's the last lap, and they're on the verge of a second finals victory for a German rider here. 96, Tim Apol, trying to double up here at his home round and claim the overall victory in front of Hoare. We've got Herrera in 3rd, just in front of Henschel. That gap round about a second between Henschel and Herrera. But Tim Apol now just coming through the log section, over the logs, down in towards the ramp, managing to get over that. He's got a clear run to the line. Tim Apol is going to pick up another race victory here, and the overall victory goes to the German rider. The crowd on their feet clapping for the local rider. Tim Hoare takes 2nd spot. Another top 3 finish for Will Hoare, to extend his championship lead. And you can see in the background now David Cyprian, he's lapped in the background. Diego Herrera looking like he's having a little bit of difficulty through this section, and then getting himself blocked in. And are we going to see the likes of Henschel? Is he going to be able to get himself through? Henschel not quite close enough. Diego Herrera is going to finish 3rd here. Herrera, the Chilean rider, finished 3rd in the World Championship last year, and he manages to hold on to 15 points. And you can see Tim Apol now just celebrating in front of the crowd, and why not? It's not every day you pick up your first ever overall victory in the Junior World Championship, and to do it at your home round as well. Really impressive stuff from Tim Apol. I'll tell you what, he might as well milk it from the crowd now, because that really was a commanding performance on the 96 machine. Really impressive stuff from Tim Apol, and you can see styles it across the line as well. Big jump, feet off the pegs, comfortable landing, and a comfortable 20 points in final 3 for Tim Apol, doubling up here in Riesa, and also finished 2nd in final 1. So a pretty commanding performance there from Tim Apol to take the overall victory here in Riesa. 7 seconds clear of Will Hoare at the flag. Hoare able to extend his championship lead after these opening 2 rounds of the year. Diego Herrera managing to get himself up into the top 3, and decent performance there from Diego Herrera to get himself into 15 championship points. Herrera, of course, finished 3rd in last year's Junior World Championship. See, Leon Henschel not quite able to repeat the form of final 2. He finishes in 4th, but there was a German rider picking up the victory, Tim Apol, with another victory here in final 3, and the overall victor for Tim Apol. We'll hear from Will Hoare first.
William Hoare, I guess mixed emotions for you. You couldn't quite get the overall win, but you have managed to extend your championship lead.
Yeah, I had a few mistakes that race, and probably second race, the rocks were catching me out a few times, but I think I should still be in the lead of championship, so I might not have won today, but I might win some next time, yeah.
I guess the odds were against you. It's a difficult start. It looked like you hit the gate at one point, of course the slippery rocks as well, and of course the winner of the overall event is German. He's got his home fans behind him. I mean, it was a tough one for you from the start. Yeah, it was quite tough. I got a bit of a bad outside gate pick on the second row, but yeah, well done to Tim. He rode good. So. Well, you're still the championship leader. Congratulations.
Will Hoare maintaining that championship lead. Really has been a strong performance on these opening 2 rounds. It maintains that red plate for the championship leader, and really has been strong, commanding performances in Poland, and able to pick up what he could here in Riesa as well. Of course, picked up a final victory and also 2 top 3 finishes, so maintaining that championship lead. But it was Tim Apol able to pick up the overall victory, and it really was a strong effort from Apol. Wins it by 5 points from Will Hoare, with Diego Herrera in 3rd spot, just in front of Leon Henschel. And their battle in final 3 really did decide who finished 3rd or who finished 4th. So Henschel just missing out on the podium. But back down to Parc Ferme to hear from Tim Apol.
Massive congratulations for you. A night of first race win, first overall victory, and of course in front of your home crowd. It doesn't get much better than this.
Yeah, amazing feeling. Do not know what to say, but best feeling ever. Win here at my home GP. Yeah, it was really good.
Just tell us about that final race.
Yeah, I had a really good start. Came from the outside, take the whole shot, and trying to have the lead all the time. So, and I took the win, 2nd time today, and 1st overall win.
Congratulations, enjoy it. Thank you.
I'm sure he will enjoy that. 1st overall victory for Tim Apol. Bit of a hug there, and definitely a case of a really strong performance from the number 96 rider, of course the reigning European champion, and able to show exactly what he can do in the junior class. Well, you see off the line, Will Hoare nudged himself into the gate, but was able to still at least get himself through in that leading group. But Tim Apol able to get the whole shot, get himself out in front. And it wasn't until Will Hoare barged down the inside with a nice block pass that Tim Apol was headed. But ultimately, there was a mistake from the championship leader that cost Will Hoare on that number 80 machine and allowed Tim Apol to get himself back through into the lead. You can see there with Will Hoare, he eventually would finish 2nd because it was this mistake that allowed the likes of Henschel on that 61 machine to get himself through. Tim Apol also had a little bit of a moment in the rock section, but it really was a challenge for all these riders today, because those rocks got slippery and slipperier as that race progressed, with the water being taken from the water pit, and that's ultimately what caused that crash for Henschel. Henschel would remount, finish in 4th spot, but that crash would cost him a podium in the overall results here in Riesa. Tim Apol, though, able to get himself out in front and able to claim that overall victory, his 1st ever overall victory in the junior class. You can see just styles across the line, big jump to claim the victory from Will Hoare, who's about 7 seconds in front at the flag. Really impressive performance from Tim Apol. See the championship standings now. Will Hoare continuing to lead, and lead pretty comfortably as well. 27 points is the margin between Hoare and Tim Apol, able to get himself up into 2nd. David Cyprian had a challenging day here in Germany, but still able to hold on to 3rd spot, just in front of Diego Herrera, the Chilean rider, of course, on the podium in the overall standings here in Riesa. Leon Henschel, we saw him have a strong performance here in Riesa, finishing 4th overall, and he's managed to move himself up that championship standings as well. You can see Diego Herrera, the Chilean rider, now just getting himself up onto the podium and able to enjoy that. Of course, as we saw from the championship standings, he's been able to keep himself in contention with this performance as we head from Germany to Madrid for round 3 in a couple of weeks' time. But Will Hoare continuing to lead the championship and maintain that red plate. Will Hoare, strong performance here once again. But the strongest performance really was Tim Apol. You can see there the number 96 rider able to claim the overall victory here at his home round in Riesa, and it really was just a commanding night's riding from Tim Apol. What really gave him that overall victory was his start in final 2, the reverse grid order. He used that to his advantage to get himself through and claim the victory. And you can see Diego Herrera now just about to claim his laurel, and a hearty handshake there as well as he gets his plate for finishing 3rd here. And you can see the same for Will Hoare, and also Tim Apol will get his now, the race winner, the overall race victor here in Riesa. The first time that we've seen Tim Apol on the top step of the rostrum, and in front of 7,000 German fans, he's really in a position to be able to enjoy tonight. And you can hear the crowd cheering on for Tim Apol as we hear the German national anthem. German national anthem playing out there for Tim Apol, claiming that overall victory here in round 2 in Riesa. And for the German rider, he'll now have to wait until Madrid on the 20th of January to get another opportunity to show exactly what he can do. You can see Will Hoare claiming that Scott Best Lap award. And Hoare finishing second overall here in Riesa, maintaining that championship lead, so he'll still have the red plate next time that we're in action on the 26th of January, in Madrid in Spain, as the championship nears the halfway stage for all of these riders. And you can see on that podium, all the riders now getting the chance to spray the bubbly. And for the likes of Tim Apol, this really will be a sweet moment as he claims that first overall victory in the junior championship. It's 2 years in a row where Germans have picked up the overall victory in the junior class here in Riesa. Last year it was 3 out of 3 for Kevin Gallis. This year it's 2 out of 3 for Tim Apol and his KTM. Really impressive stuff there from the German rider. And you can hear the applause that he receives from the home crowd. And they'll also be able to hear a few words from the race victor. And for Tim Apol, really has been a strong performance today. This will be a day that he'll remember for a very long time. But he'll know that the key thing is to maintain this momentum for the next round of the championship. He's up in second in the championship standings. He now has to really fancy himself as a threat to Will Hoare for the championship.